Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Let's end the week with another task. The matters I commented on here yesterday, I will not repeat today. What is said is said. The task I am going to give you, exactly like the others, is not an obligation, it is a change of habit, that is, it is something that you will do from today onwards, whenever you want. It will be a very valuable thing for you, because it will instantly move the energy of each of you, at that moment, at the exact moment. I have already spoken to you here about the power of words, the power of thoughts. I'm not going to mention this subject again either, it's because this concerns the task. To explain the task a little more, I'm going to talk a little today about the various languages that exist on your planet. There is a story that was spread to you about the Tower of Babel, that it was there that God imposed His will and made all people stop understanding each other, no longer understanding what each one was saying. I believe that based on everything I have said here, this would never be a divine decision, as separation was never the intention of our Father or Mother God. If you are all brothers, you are all equal before Him, why the separation? Why this distance between people? I think the answer is very easy to find. When two people speak different languages, what happens? They don't understand each other, and gradually, they move away because they haven't found a common ground to talk to. There is a single language that is understood in any language, it is the language of gestures. I'm not talking about the language of the visually impaired. I also have to adapt to your world, and not say the word blind. My brothers, I am also adapting to your world, so that I don't bring problems to this channel. Alright, moving on. I'm talking about the sign language of any of you, which is a smile, a hug, a kiss on the cheek, a handshake. These are universal attitudes. In some people, even hugging is allowed, others do not like this approach. So realize that there are few forms of interaction, apart from language. This was very well planned so that the people became unique. Because how can we make great progress, having people who speak different languages on the planet? Today there are countless languages that are spoken on Earth. Many created their own dialects to stay even further away from the rest. So this was a very well thought out plan, to take the strength away from you. God never wanted this. Our Father or Mother God wants union, unity, not separation. And then we're going to talk about a series of obstacles that these language differences bring to your planet. Currently there is a large concentration of places where you can learn other languages, but not everyone has the right to do so, not everyone can participate in this. Because these schools are expensive schools, where the vast majority cannot afford to attend, so it's not easy to say that the entire planet could speak the same language today. Some languages prevail on your planet, but we cannot say that it is a sovereign language. No, it's not. There is the language of the heart, which is what you will learn to speak in a while, telepathy. Which is the property of you talking mentally, very similar to what happens in a channel, in which phrases are placed in the mind of the speaker, so that he or she can reproduce them. This is nothing more than telepathy. Which is not a rule, saying that the plumber had other thoughts. No, this is not a rule. They remain completely deaf to other people. So why so many languages, so many different languages? Exactly for separation, for the removal of power, from a point or from the entire planet as a whole. And then come all those feelings of superiority, which you also express in languages. Those who know how to speak language A or language B are more intelligent than those who speak language C. Why? Why is it smarter? Some people actually find it easier to learn several languages, and then I'll explain why, because that soul lived in places that spoke that language. So for her it is very easy to remember what she is learning, because it is engraved within her soul. It's not that that person is more intelligent than others, it's just that that soul has had a greater experience in various parts of the world, in various locations around the world. I already told you this, when the soul reincarnates, it chooses, geographically speaking, where it will incarnate, so that it can learn new cultures, so that you can learn new languages. And this is very good for the soul, because it becomes an evolved being, due to the choice it has already made, not because it is more intelligent than others, just that higher self understood that for the good of the soul, it would be interesting for it to continue reincarnating in different locations, in different languages. This is what happens to many souls, out of fear, because souls are also afraid, they choose to always reincarnate in the same place, always in the same country, not in the physical place, but in the same country, or in a country where the language is similar. So you have greater difficulty absorbing other languages, because it is not within your soul. So my brothers, if today we had to choose a language to represent the entire planet Earth, it would be the language spoken on planet Earth, which would be chosen. None, because these languages were each created with their own purpose, one of being the most common language, for businesses to proliferate, others, those very rustic languages, so that no one understands, and become a people isolated from the rest of the planet. So if we had to choose a language today, none of these would be chosen, you would have to speak another language. However, as I already said here, in the fifth dimension language, you will speak, you will use the sound of your voice, but you will be able to communicate easily mentally, because the vast majority of you have this gift. Why do you think you often think of a person and they quickly get in touch? Is it a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence or chance. Your thoughts were so strong on that person that they received your message and got in touch. So you know how to practice telepathy, you're just not used to it. And in truth, you don't believe that you are capable of this. So you don't proliferate this type of communication. But don't worry, this will be natural after evolution, and you will have to learn to manage this, because otherwise you will get dizzy with so many people talking in your head. But you will know how to regulate it all. So there's why there are so many languages on your planet. Everything is a form of separation and superiority, because those who only speak their native language don't have much value in the outside world, and they also have a lot of difficulty finding their way into another country. Today you have some tools that help you translate what you want to say, instantly. This was created exactly to help them, to break this language barrier in another country. It's still not ideal, the ideal is for all of you to be reprogrammed for just one language. And then, many borders would collapse, because many think they are superior precisely because of the language. Then everyone would be equal, everyone could move between countries without any problems. It would be interesting to see how gradually the borders of your planet would be exterminated, because there would no longer be any impediment to moving to other places on the planet. Because people often want to, but because of the language barrier they are afraid of being attacked, of being singled out, because the language translates exactly the country you come from, in the case of some languages. So notice how strong the separation is, exactly because of the language. Many countries are concentrated in certain areas with the same language, and it is very easy to move between them, because there is no separation, only political geographical separation. Only that. But we cannot forget that each people also has its culture, its customs, its rules, its laws. So it wouldn't be very simple to just eliminate languages, we would have to eliminate countries, there would be no more countries, there would be no more rulers. But if we can think of it this way, we could also see that this would be chaos, this would not bring balance, it would bring disorder. However, we need to keep in mind that we are moving towards balance, towards equality between people. If we want equality, how can we achieve this equality by speaking several languages? Do you think it would be possible to make everyone equal, but speaking in different languages? It would be very complicated, because when you speak the same languages, you often won't even know where the other person came from, and then there is no discrimination. So my brothers, when I tell you that the journey is still long, that you will still have to go through a lot, I am not exaggerating. Many things will have to change before you ascend, but we are also aware that how can we equate all languages, in a single language? How would you learn? Yes, you would be surprised, because we can do this. So my brothers, much is yet to come, there are many obstacles you will still have to overcome. Much is being said on your internet that the event is close. Next to whom, in your time or in our time? Remember, we don't have time-space. When I say close, for me it's now, because I don't follow time-space. Now for you it could be centuries from now. So many are interpreting next as tomorrow, next month. Don't be fooled by this, there is still a lot to be done. What's the point of taking you out of this dimension, making your ascension, with all these problems still unsolved? Stop fooling yourselves. The event is close, but it is close to us, not yours. I already said this here yesterday, you are like a seesaw, sometimes you are at the top, sometimes you are at the bottom, so the energy is not being maintained at the necessary level all the time, it goes up and down all the time. As long as you can't maintain the energy, nothing happens, because when we realize that you're almost there, you slip, and then you have to start all over again. So, precisely because of the language problem, you still have many obstacles to overcome before ascending. And these are not small obstacles, they are very complicated obstacles. Also, don't think that you will have years and years to change, everything is happening fast, and the changes will also be fast. That's why I've been saying, don't wait to start tomorrow, everything that is said here, start yesterday and you're already late. Every day more people arrive on this channel. Many have tried to fit in with everything that has already been done here. I already explained, the procedures are over. The energies today are different, the only ones that continue are the notebook, and the procedure of forgiveness, and you can do this as many times as you want, the rest is over, there is no more room this year, at this moment. He finished. You don't need that anymore. Whoever is arriving here now has a reason to be arriving here now. And don't feel late, just follow what is being said, what you are being instructed to do. So back to the task, it's a very simple thing. Whenever you feel that something is disturbing you, that something is bad, that you feel that there is bad energy around you, you will repeat this phrase 3 times, I am light. This set of words has immense power in the universe. If you say this set 3 times, you immediately attract light wherever you are. It is as if you attract lightning close to you, and you are immediately filled with light and energy. Do it. So this is not a task to be done today, nor tomorrow, nor later, it is to be done whenever necessary, that you create this habit. At all times, if you have to speak minute by minute, speak, because every time you get upset, every time you feel afraid, every time you feel any type of thing that lowers your vibration, that energy is dissipated. If you stay balanced, the energy remains. So, you can talk all the time. As I said, it's not just talking for the sake of talking. It's talking and seeing yourself struck by lightning, and that ball of energy, of light around you. So this is the task, there's no deadline, there's no time, it's from now on. You have to prepare yourself every moment, the environment is very hectic, and it is hitting you violently. So protect yourselves. When you feel that you have a hint of fear, say, I am light. I am light. I am light. If you feel like it didn't help, do it again. It's because you're not doing it with faith, you're not believing that it is capable of raising your vibration. Because if you speak with faith, with confidence, once is enough. So it is taught. Use this tool, this is a tool, just like my cloak, like my little violet outfit. I'm giving you several tools. We cannot forget that you also have my armor of light. So you are protected. Of course, if you believe that each of these weapons really protects you. So my brothers, just execute. Just that. And always keep in mind, you don't talk for nothing, speech is communication. Speech is where you expose feelings, ideas, but it is also where you expose aggression, intimidation, fear, everything that could bring harm to others as well. Each word spoken corresponds to an energy in the universe. The sum of several words generates energy. If you only say good things, this energy will add up, and you will find yourself surrounded by a large layer of positive energy, of luminous energy. Now if you only say bad things, if you rage all the time, if you complain all the time, if you only emit bad thoughts, you will find yourself surrounded by a very ugly egregore, give very little light. Because you created it yourself, it wasn't someone else, it was you. And be sure that when you say something bad about another person, you destroy their positive egregore, and this has a reaction. Everything is connected. If you say something that attacks another person, it will come back to you, it may not even be through that person, but through another. You will receive exactly what you sent her. So measure your words, don't chatter to the lion, don't talk nonsense all the time, measure your words, as you say yourselves. Observe the feelings you put into your words, because then you enhance what you just said. Don't think it's silly, saying good things all the time, it's not, because you are throwing it out to the universe and the universe will return it. So say good things all the time, repeat good things all the time, and close your mouth whenever you feel like saying something bad. But also stop thinking, because otherwise the thinking will go too. Moral of the story, we have to police ourselves all the time. For sure, for sure. That's why your world is the way it is, everything is a consequence of what you say, what you think, there's the result. You let yourself be carried away by bad things, and you attract more and more bad things, there's no way. This is the law of the universe, the law of action and reaction. So think good things. When you feel like talking or thinking bad things, shout, I am light. I am light. I am light. Ready. That feeling goes away, and you still protected and energized each other. This is a habit that many have to change, because many only complain, they only say bad things. And what does the universe give back? Exactly what you said and thought. So change that vibration. See yourself in that chair, sitting, leaning back, on the edge of the beach, drinking juice, catching the sea breeze, and start talking, because there you feel happy, and say good things, put your dreams out there, show the universe how happy you would be to have that, as long as it is good for you and for the whole. If your desire fulfills these prerogatives, the chance of it being granted will be great. So do that. Do a daily exercise. Imagine yourself sitting quietly, or swinging in a hammock, in a cool sea breeze, watching the waves crash, and just think about good things, how good that would be in your life. Do this exercise daily and you will see the results. Bet yes. I am Archangel Michael. I am here, every day, to help you more and more, to certainly change for the better.